It's been 18 years since my sister died. And the reason it's really important for us to keep telling our stories is because I know, despite all the hope I have, I know somebody else's sister is gonna die this year. And it just like, it kills me somewhere. I don't understand, I want to piggyback on what Philip said, how we could walk around blindly and not educate our children, our families, our church folk. Let me say that again, our church folk. I can't stand on doctrine when we are losing lives, especially our precious mothers. Everybody's precious, but our precious mothers. And speak up, have a conversation, bring it up. You know, I tend to walk around, I have a ribbon on all the time. And you know, one of my favorite things that happens is when little children ask me, why are you wearing your ribbon? And I tell them, because I miss my sissy. And they say, well, what happened to your sissy? And I tell them, well, she died of a horrible disease called AIDS. And they tell me, see, children with the compassion, I'm so sorry. Audrey talks about compassion all the time when I come in saying some special words. And that's really what we need. I'm saying a whole lot, but I look forward to the day when there's a cure and I can say, where was I? My sister, every sister, millions, all over, think about that, all over the world. People are standing up and still speaking out. We're not on the news. And all over in different communities, maybe there's another family similar to our Chavez Montoya families, our local LGBTQ community. Let me point out these flags. It's present, it's in front of you. People have so much love to give. The people are so important, and love is love. Your sisters, your families are important. Keep speaking to them, find a way. Because I just hope that some kind of way my voice, everybody's voice here, keeps another person from losing their loved one. And there are new advances.
First of all, did everybody hear the good news today? The CDC announced for the first time that the new HIV infection rate dropped to 39,000 new infections in 2015. For the last 2 decades, the new infection rate has hovered around 50,000, give or take a few thousand. 2015, it was down to 39,000. I have no doubt that part of the reason of that, because of that, is PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. In 2012, the FDA approved for the first time ever a medication that if you take it once a day is highly effective in preventing HIV in people who are HIV negative. Very, very effective. And in 2012, that didn't make the news. CNN didn't have it. None of the newspapers ran it. It just was under the radar. And when I first heard about it in 2013, I thought, how is this possible? I thought it was like a joke. We've been hearing about this for 30 years, that there's a cure, there's a vaccine, and nothing ever panned out. And then in 2012, the FDA approved Truvada for PrEP, and nobody was talking about it. Imagine that, one of the world's most deadly viruses, one of the world's most deadly viruses, a virus that has no cure, yet a pill if taken once a day, and nobody is talking about it. So for the last 3 years, I've been talking about it. When I first started my PrEP advocacy journey, I guess you could call it that, 2 organizations were important in helping me spread the word about PrEP, and it was Bakersfield's AIDS Project and Project Inform. Project Inform has been at the forefront from the very early days. And I needed literature to help educate and do outreach. And Project Inform had that literature. And they send it to you at no charge. And they're an amazing organization. One thing that I'm amazed about, and I think Mayor-elect Karen Go will be amazed about, is the generosity of our community. All in all, in 60 days, the LGBT community, our friends and families and allies, raised over $11,000 to help our neighbors in the Kern River Valley, to help our friends in Orlando who were impacted by that terrible tragedy, and to help our friends at BAP. That's astonishing. If I told you right now, we need to come up with 10 grand in 60 days, we'd be like, oh, forget it. But we rose to the occasions when the occasions arose, and we helped our friends and neighbors. And that's the community you're inheriting, Karen. And it's something to be proud of. So thank you, everybody.
This whole experience has been really new to me because when I was first presented with the topic of PrEP, and I just didn't know anything about it. And if you really ask many of the pharmacists here, it's not something that's well known. And when you get like a prescription for Truvada, it's just like, where's the rest of the prescription? The rest of the regimen for AIDS. Okay. So, our services include educating people who are interested in PrEP, who are just want to know more about HIV, AIDS, and preventing HIV. And my goal is to provide a safe environment and also be a person to help lead the change and bring in the community so that people like me, pharmacists, can understand too how we can help the community. Okay? And so my ask of everyone is, with your support right now, and to show the same support for your local pharmacy, mine included, just to help us become educated and at the same time be better equipped to help everyone else who's interested in medications, just the educational aspect of it, and just be better off that way. I mean, how many of you have gone into a pharmacy where it's just like, next in line, you got your medication, okay, moving on, right? So the goal of my pharmacy and Walgreens at this type of location is to get rid of that notion that you're just another number, another prescription. Okay? So with that said, I hope to see many of you come through just to say hi, and I hope to learn a lot from everyone else, Audrey included, and I've learned a lot already from her. Just more about people living with AIDS, PrEP, and feeding off of that passion that everyone has here for the community. Okay, thank you.